The most peaceful place I've ever been is named after killers. I didn't know that when I booked the trip. I just knew I had to leave. In New York City, every street is numbered. You know exactly where you are. And somehow, that makes it worse. Going through the directions of navigating a gridded map, you can't help but feel lost. It was a Tuesday evening in February, and I was working from home that week. I put my coat on to brave the freezing weather for my evening walk. I rounded the same corner for the 5th time that week. Same street, the same cold, the same feeling I couldn't name. I wasn't sure what I needed, but I knew it wasn't here. But when I get away from it all of a sudden, everything makes sense. I know exactly who I am in that moment.
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night.
A few months ago, I went across the country to Yosemite National Park. The first thing you notice going through the park isn't the view, it's the sounds. Vernal Falls booms through the forest before you can see it. By the time you lay your eyes on it, it's too late to turn back. Millions of gallons of melted glacier ice dropping 300 feet, crashing into granite. But the valley itself has its own story. I found out later that Yosemite doesn't mean what I thought it meant. It translates to those who kill. The native groups outside the valley gave the tribe living in it that name out of fear. And I realized I came here to escape something too. A version of myself that's been killing me slowly. The doubt, noise, the second guessing. That's my Yosemite. At the edge of a mountain, wind against your face, the doubts go quiet. Not completely gone, just quieter. Hiking a trail, you know what your mission is. There's only one way to go, only one thing to do. But then you land and the city hits you before you're ready for it. Stepping back onto the wet New York streets feels like waking up from a dream. Everything back there was so clear, so peaceful, it made so much sense. I can't help but ask myself, how do I take some of the experience with me back to reality? I'm not entirely sure. As I look through the photos of the trip, I feel connected to that piece of myself I was missing. I don't think the other version of me is gone. The one that doubts, second guesses, and eats himself alive. He's there, but now I recognize him, and somehow that makes him smaller. Back in New York, the grid is still here. The noise is still here. But something shifted. The grid didn't change. I did. And now when I look at those numbered streets, I see them differently. Not as a map I'm lost in, but as a trail I'm choosing to walk.
Well, I saddled up my shoes